Welcome back, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into some of the most valuable and rare wheat pennies ever minted. From 1941 to 1958, these coins hold some amazing stories, and the prices may shock you. Grab a seat, and let's take a look at these rare gems, starting with the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Now, let's get started. 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny, value $9,500. Let's kick things off with the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny. This seemingly unassuming penny is worth an astounding $9,500 in pristine condition, which might surprise you, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Why such a high price for a coin that seems to be so common? Well, it all comes down to a unique feature of this particular coin, the absence of a mint mark. For a bit of context, U.S. coins are typically stamped with a mint mark to show which mint facility produced the coin. The Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint were the main production plants for U.S. coins. In 1941, there was a batch of pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint that did not carry a mint mark, and this is what makes them so valuable. Now, let's talk about why the 1941 no-mint mark is so rare. In those days, the U.S. Mint did not always include mint marks on Philadelphia coins, which was perfectly normal. However, what set the 1941 penny apart was that it was minted without the usual D or S mint marks, which led to a series of errors and confusion among collectors. As a result, many of these pennies were circulated, worn down, and became hard to find in pristine condition. Because of this, only a small number of these coins still remain in top-tier shape, making them incredibly rare. If you're lucky enough to find one of these in a high-grade condition like MS-65, you could be sitting on a coin worth up to $9,500. It's one of those examples where rarity, combined with the historical significance of the error, increases the value. 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny, value $14,950. Moving on, let's take a look at the 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny, which is another sought-after rarity among collectors. Now, this one is worth even more than the 1941 no-mint mark penny, around $14,950 if it's in perfect condition. But what makes the 1946 penny so valuable? Post-World War II, there was a spike in coin production, and the U.S. Mint was working hard to get the economy moving again. During this period, a significant number of pennies were produced without mint marks, much like the 1941 variety. These no-mint mark errors were particularly intriguing because, even though they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, they didn't carry the standard P mint mark that most coins from that mint usually feature. The error went largely unnoticed at the time, and these coins circulated as normal, making them hard to find in high grades today. Since many of them were worn down or damaged through circulation, fewer examples of the 1946 no-mint mark penny remain in uncirculated condition. That scarcity, combined with the historical context of post-war coin production, makes the 1946 no-mint mark penny incredibly valuable. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these, especially in MS-65 or higher grade condition. In essence, the 1946 penny holds a unique place in history as a coin produced during a time of major economic recovery and change. That makes it a fascinating piece for both collectors and investors alike, driving up its value in the market. 1950 D wheat penny, value $925. Next, we have the 1950 D wheat penny. While it may not carry the multi-thousand-dollar price tag of the 1941, 1946, or 1947 pennies, the 1950 D is still a valuable coin in the right condition, with a price tag of up to $925. But why is this penny worth so much, and what makes it stand out among the many coins of the 1950s? First, let's understand a little about the 1950 D penny. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1950 D penny is one of those coins that might seem relatively common at first glance, but it holds some key features that make it especially valuable for collectors. One of the main reasons this coin is so highly sought after is because of a double die error that was found on certain 1950 pennies. A double die error occurs when the coin die strikes the coin more than once, resulting in doubled images on the coin's design. In the case of the 1950 penny, this error is visible on the date, and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These double dies were relatively rare, but they are what makes this coin valuable in high grade. Coins with double die errors often fetch higher prices because collectors love finding these oddities in their collections. A 1950 penny with this error in MS-65 condition can easily be worth several $100s. So if you find one, it's worth having it evaluated to determine if it's one of these rare, double die specimens. 1953 wheat penny value $6,750. Let's keep moving and talk about the 1953 wheat penny. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1953 penny can be worth up to $6,750 when found in pristine, uncirculated condition. So what's the story behind this coin, and why does it carry such a high value? As with the 1952 penny, the 1953 was minted during the final years of the wheat penny series, which makes it a key coin for collectors working on completing their wheat penny sets. The 1953 penny is particularly valuable because, while it was produced in large quantities, a significant number of these coins became worn out through circulation. Only a select few have remained in excellent condition, making them a rare find for any collector. Additionally, this penny is valued highly because of its importance in the transition from the classic wheat design to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which was introduced in 1959. If you find a 1953 penny in top-tier condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars, making it one of the more valuable coins in the later years of the series. 1947 No Mint Mark wheat penny value $17,500. Now, let's talk about a real treasure, the 1947 No Mint Mark wheat penny. This is one of the most sought-after and valuable pennies in the entire series, and in top condition, it can be worth an eye-watering $17,500. But why is this coin so incredibly rare, and what makes it worth so much? Much like the 1946 and 1941 No Mint Mark pennies, the 1947 version was struck at the Philadelphia Mint but was produced without the mint mark. However, what sets the 1947 No Mint Mark penny apart from its predecessors is that it's even rarer in pristine condition. Fewer examples were produced, and many of those were circulated heavily. The combination of a lower mintage and high demand from collectors makes this particular coin a highly prized treasure. For the 1947 No Mint Mark penny, the scarcity factor is what drives its price up. Pennies from this year were commonly worn down in circulation, and few survived without significant damage. That means that high-grade specimens, particularly in mint condition, graded MS-65 or higher, are incredibly rare, which is why they can fetch such a high price when sold at auction. If you come across a 1947 No Mint Mark penny in your collection or in your change, make sure to inspect it closely. If it's in top condition, you could be holding a coin worth $17,500. 1956 wheat penny value $57,600. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the 1956 wheat penny. This is by far one of the most valuable and well-known coins in the entire wheat penny series, with some specimens fetching a mind-blowing $57,600. But what makes this coin worth such an incredible amount of money? The 1956 penny is valuable due to its rarity and the fact that it's often found in exceptionally high grades. A very limited number of these coins were preserved in uncirculated condition, and that rarity is what drives the price so high. In fact, most of the 1956 pennies were used in everyday transactions, meaning that finding one in pristine condition is incredibly rare. The 1956 penny is especially prized because of its historical significance. Not only does it mark the later years of the wheat penny series, but it's also part of the final years before the switch to the Lincoln Memorial design. When collectors come across a 1956 penny in perfect condition, they see it as a prize in their collections. 1952 wheat penny value $9,775. Now, let's dive into the 1952 wheat penny, another highly valuable coin in the wheat penny series. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin can be worth an incredible $9,775 when it's in mint condition. But why does this particular penny stand out? The 1952 penny is part of the later years of the wheat penny series, and while millions of these coins were minted, only a small percentage of them survived in excellent condition. Most of these pennies were quickly put into circulation and were heavily used, which means the ones that remain in top-tier condition are very rare. And as we all know, rarity plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Additionally, like other coins from the 1950s, the 1952 penny is significant because it represents the transition period for U.S. coinage. The wheat penny design was being phased out in favor of the Lincoln Memorial design, which would take over in 1959. As a result, the 1952 penny is seen as an important piece in completing a wheat penny collection. For collectors who specialize in wheat pennies, finding a 1952 in uncirculated condition is a major achievement. It's not only valuable, but it also holds an important spot in the history of U.S. currency. 1958 wheat penny value $6,500. Lastly, let's wrap things up with the 1958 wheat penny. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin marks the very last year of the wheat penny design before the Lincoln Memorial reverse was introduced in 1959. While it's not as expensive as some of the other coins we've discussed, it can still be worth up to $6,500 if it's in excellent condition. The 1958 penny holds a special place because it's the final year of the wheat design, and for collectors, it represents the end of an era. As a result, this penny is highly valued by those who want to complete their wheat penny collections. Even though the 1958 is relatively common, high-grade examples can command significant prices, especially because it's the last of the iconic wheat pennies. Conclusion. So, there you have it, some of the rarest and most valuable wheat pennies in existence. From the $9,500 1941 no-mint mark to the stunning $57,600 1956 these coins are treasures that every collector dreams of owning. If you have any of these pennies in your collection, or if you're lucky enough to find one, don't forget to get it appraised. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another exciting video on rare coins. Until next time, happy collecting.